Whether you work in your home country or overseas, one of the things we anticipate with wild anticipation is the yearly bonus, a sum of money given to an employee as a form of reward for their work performance. You might think of it as a form of an extra payment for your service in the company. And depending on your circumstance, you might think that your company's annual bonus might be exceptionally high or overwhelmingly low. Unfortunately, the yearly bonus of a caregiver here in Japan belongs to the latter. Yes, aside from the fact that most Japanese people consider caregiving as a low-paying job, they also consider it as having a low annual bonus. But is it really low? In this video, we're gonna talk about the truth of the yearly bonus of a caregiver here in Japan. What are the factors that will affect the amount of bonus you will receive? And how many times in a single year you should receive a yearly bonus? And what can you do to increase your yearly bonus? Welcome back to NikkoVenture. According to a survey done in 2022, which was published in the website of Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, or in Japanese, Koseiro Dosho, the average yearly bonus of a caregiver here in Japan is around 530,000 Japanese yen. Oh my God! Wow! But before we get overwhelmed by this information, we need to take note that this amount is the average amount of bonus a caregiver here in Japan can receive in a single year. That means that not all caregivers working in this country will receive an annual bonus of this amount. There are caregivers in this country that will receive an annual bonus lower or higher than this. Another thing to take note is that this amount is before taxes. That means this amount is not the actual amount of money that will be deposited in your bank accounts. No. Taxes and insurances will be deducted from this, and the leftovers will be the exact amount or the real amount of money you will receive as your annual bonus. And always remember that the higher your salary or your bonus for that matter, the higher the deductions will also be. Aside from taxes and insurances that will be deducted in your yearly bonus before you even receive that bonus, numerous factors will affect the amount of money we will receive as bonus. The first one is gender and age. Yes, our gender will greatly affect how much bonus or the amount of money we will receive as a bonus in a single year. In typical Japanese fashion, male employees tend to have higher wages compared to their female counterparts. This graph of a survey done in 2022 clearly shows the huge difference between the male employees and the female employees' wage or salary. And since our yearly bonus will be based on our monthly salary, the higher our salary, the higher our bonus will be. In contrast, the lower your monthly salary, the lower your monthly bonus will also be. I know what you're thinking. At least, I know what you're thinking. But why? Why do men have higher wages and bonuses compared to women? It should be equal to both genders. Right? I know it's a bit frustrating for our female viewers out there, but ladies and gentlemen, since ancient times, there have been a huge gap between the two genders in Japan. That gap results in unequal civil rights, unfair labor practices, and more. And although that gap is getting narrower as time goes by, it is still present even today. If you want to know more about the gender gap of Japan, you might want to click this card here or click the link in the description that I left just for you down below. Our age will also play a major role in the amount of bonus we will receive. Let's go back to the graph I just showed earlier. As you can see here, the older we get, the higher our yearly bonus will be. This trend will continue until we hit around 50 years of age. From the age of 50 years, our wage and consequently our yearly bonus as well will gradually decrease. Oh, but why? The reason for that is that the older we get, the lesser our workload will be as caregivers. Kindly remember that caregiving here in Japan is a very laborious job. You will walk a lot, you will run a lot, you will lift things a lot, and you will stand for long periods of time. Yes, we can do all those things and more if we're still young. However, as we grow old in time, our physical bodies will not be able to handle the physical stress and effort needed as a caregiver. As a result, the older caregiver will have lesser physical workload than a younger caregiver. But a lesser workload would mean less salary. And the less salary you have, the lower your yearly bonus will be. This is a table that shows the difference in the yearly bonus between male and female employees in the year 2022. As we can see, as we hit around 50 years of age, the amount we will receive as yearly bonus will gradually decrease. Work experience. This one might be self-explanatory. The length of our service to our company will greatly affect the increase of our salary. And the higher salary we have, well, the higher our yearly bonus will be. Of course, it goes without saying that if you're new to the company, there's no reason for you at all to expect a higher yearly bonus. License and certification. It is unfair and illogical, to be honest, to have a janitorial staff's bonus equal to or more than the company manager, right? The same principle applies between a caregiver and a certified caregiver here in Japan. Although these two have somewhat similar jobs, a certified caregiver or a Kaigo Fukushishi, as the name itself implies, has the knowledge and training needed to be certified and licensed, making a Kaigo Fukushishi a level above an ordinary caregiver. And needless to say, as a trained and a certified caregiver, a Kaigo Fukushishi will have a higher salary compared to an ordinary caregiver. As a result, a Kaigo Fukushishi will also have a higher yearly bonus. This is a table that shows the average bonus of a Kaigo Fukushishi and a person without a certification or license. For my fellow caregivers out there here in Japan, becoming a Kaigo Fukushishi will definitely make a huge change in your payslip. Type of facility. Yes, depending on the type of our workplace, our yearly bonus will vary. Some types of caregiving facilities here in Japan offer low salary and of course lower bonus compared to other caregiving facilities in this country. The type of caregiving facility here in Japan that offers comparatively huge amount of yearly bonus for their caregiving staff is the Rojin Hoken Shisetsu, commonly known as Roken. If you want to know more about Roken, you can click this card here or you can check the link in the video that I made in the description down below. Going back. So, Roken offers comparatively huge yearly bonus for caregivers here in Japan. The reason for it is that unlike most caregiving facilities in this country, Rojin Hoken Shisetsu or Roken is mostly managed by huge medical corporations, or in Japanese, Irio Hojin. These massive corporations, medical corporations, can easily offer huge salaries and of course, huge bonuses. Next on the list is the Grupo Homo, or in English, Group Home. The reason why Grupo Homo offers huge yearly bonus, second only to Roken, is that Grupo Homo offers services that mostly, only, rich Japanese can afford. As a result, they inevitably incur huge profits which can be used to offer huge bonuses to their caregiving staff. Tokubetsu Yogo Rojin Homu, or commonly known as Tokuyo, offers the average amount of yearly bonus compared to other caregiving facilities here in Japan. The reasons for that is that unlike Grupo Homu, the services offered by a Tokuyo is a bit cheaper. And unlike Roken, most Tokuyo are managed by social welfare corporations, or in Japanese, Fukushi Hojin. These Fukushi Hojin are mostly, in part, owned by the Japanese government, the Japanese public. The type of caregiving facility that offers the lowest bonus, yearly bonus, is the day service or the day service. The reason for this is that most day service here in Japan are managed by small and medium-sized caregiving enterprises that simply cannot compete with huge medical and social welfare corporations of Japan. Aside from that, most people that are catered by day service are people who are still jiritsu, or old people that are still physically independent. As a result, the services offered by a day service are very cheap, resulting to a low profit. Low profit means low salary and of course, lower bonus. However, there are some exceptions. Some day service here in Japan are managed or annexed by huge Fukushi Hojin, just like in my workplace. As a result, these annexed or Fukushi Hojin managed day services offers huge salaries and yearly bonuses. Residence or visa status. Your visa, our visa, or the route we took to work and live in this country will also affect the amount of our yearly bonus. This table shows the salary difference between different types of residence or visa status. And a difference in salary will also mean a difference in the amount of yearly bonus we will receive. For my fellow caregivers here in Japan and to those people who aspire to become a caregiver here in Japan, we only have to focus on these. If you're a TITP trainee, you will have the lowest salary rate and consequently a lower bonus as well. Next to that is the SSW Type 1 and Type 2 visa holders. EPA applicants have the second largest yearly bonus based on this graph. And the Kaigo Fukushishi, as a licensed professional, will obviously have the highest salary rate and annual bonus. Although there are still a lot of factors that will affect the amount of our yearly bonus, we simply don't have the time to include all of them in this video. Sorry. Some factors that are not mentioned in this video are our educational background, job description, title, and performance, and of course, the location of our workplace. When to receive bonus. As I mentioned earlier, this amount is the average amount we will receive as our yearly bonus. And depending on the company policy, we may be able to receive this amount as our yearly bonus once a year. Or the company will divide this amount into two and it will be released to us twice a year, roughly every 6 months. Most companies here in Japan divide this amount into two. The first half will be released to us, caregivers, during summer, that's around July or August. The other remaining half will be released in winter. That's around December or January. No bonus? Oh shit! To support the caregivers working here in Japan financially, the Japanese government offered the Kaigo Shokuin Shogu Kaizen Kazan. This is basically an amount of money given to our employers so that our employers will be able to provide a decent annual bonuses to our or to their caregiving staff. However, the employers must meet certain requirements to receive the Kaigo Shokuin Shogu Kaizen Kazan and be able to provide a decent amount of yearly bonus to their hard-working caregivers. Unfortunately, some companies simply cannot meet those requirements in order to receive the Kaigo Shokuin Shogu Kaizen Kazan and be able to provide a decent yearly bonus to their caregiving staff. Most of these companies that don't have the Kaigo Shokuin Shogu Kaizen Kazan are small and medium-sized caregiving enterprises. These small and medium-sized caregiving enterprises enterprises might offer the lowest annual bonus, or they don't bother offering bonuses to their caregivers at all. Simply put, providing bonus requires money, a lot of money. And if an employer doesn't have that money, well, they can either offer the lowest amount of bonus, or they might not be able to offer any bonuses at all. And that's why, some of us caregivers here in Japan doesn't have a yearly bonus. Some of us are very unlucky to work in a company that is financially incapable of providing a decent yearly bonus to their caregivers. Do you receive company bonus and government bonus? Twice from company and twice from government of Japan? I do receive bonus from my company twice a year, but aside from that, I don't receive any amount of money in a form of bonus from the Japanese government as far as I know. But I think what you mean by this is the aforementioned Kaigo Shokuin Shogo Kaizen Kazan. As mentioned earlier, this Kaigo Shokuin Shogo Kaizen Kazan is an amount of money from the government of Japan given to those caregivers working here in Japan as a form of financial support. However, this Kaigo Shokuin Shogo Kaizen Kazan will not be given directly to us caregivers. No, instead, it will be given by the government of Japan to our employers. Our employers will utilize those amount of money in order to provide us a decent amount of yearly bonus. But this amount from the Kaigo Shokuin Shogo Kaizen Kazan will not be the entire amount of our annual bonus. No. The Kaigo Shokuin Shogo Kaizen Kazan will only cover a few percentage of our annual bonus. For example, if your annual bonus is 100,000 Japanese yen a year, then the Kaigo Shokuin Shogo Kaizen Kazan will only cover, for example, 30 or 40% of that 100,000 Japanese yen. The remaining 60 or 70% of your annual bonus will be coming from your employer's pockets. I hope I answered your question. Thank you for commenting. If I haven't answered your question correctly, sorry. Tips to increase your annual bonus. First and foremost, be a Kaigo Fukushishi. Becoming a Kaigo Fukushishi will have a lot of benefits for you and your family, and that includes a higher yearly bonus compared to an ordinary caregiver here in Japan. If you want to know more, click this card here or check the links I left in the description down below. Second, aim for a promotion. Promotion will include increase in your salary and consequently an increase in your yearly bonus. Unfortunately for us caregivers, we can only be promoted in our position as caregivers here in Japan if we are a Kaigo Fukushishi. Lastly, you can transfer to a caregiving facility here in Japan that offers a much higher annual bonus. So that's it. I hope this video gave you an idea how much a foreign caregiver may receive as an annual bonus here in Japan. What are the factors that will increase or decrease the amount of bonus you will receive? How many times you should receive a bonus in a single year? And why? Why some caregivers here in Japan, foreign or otherwise, don't have an annual bonus at all. Please take note that the information in this video were not based on my bonus. Most information can be found in the website of Japan's Ministry of Labor, Health and Welfare. I left a link to that website in the description down below, along with the links to my videos that I really do recommend you watch. Please do remember that even if you don't receive any bonus at all in a single year, still do what you are being paid to do. Do it properly and safely, and always be thankful for the opportunity to work and live here in the land of the rising sun. Thank you so much for your time watching this video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and share this video with an interested friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It really means a lot to me. Again, thank you so much for your time watching this long video. See you in the next one. Babush.